Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video, and in today's video we have a new airport update. And starting off, we've got this Virgin Atlantic 747. This one is off to Orlando from Manchester as VS75. Next up, we've got this Jet 2737, and he is off to Rhodes from Manchester as LS819. Next up, we've got this EasyJet A319, and he is off to Geneva from Luton as U22055. Next up, we've got this Ryanair 737, and he is off to Alicante as FR8425. And as we speak, it is live on the departures board on Flight Radar 24, operating this flight. It hasn't yet taken off from Luton, but I shall show you. There it is. Next up, we've got this Virgin Atlantic 747, and he is off to Orlando from Gatwick as VS15. Next up, we've got this EasyJet A321neo, and he is off to Dalaman from Gatwick as U28845. Next up, we've got this British Airways A320neo, and he's off to Larnaca as BA660. Next up, we've got this BOAC British Airways 747, and he is off to Washington as BA217. Next up, we've got this EasyJet A320neo, and he has landed at Luton from Amsterdam as U22154. Next up, we've got this Virgin Atlantic A330, and he is off to Delhi as VS300. Next up, we've got this WOW Air A321neo, and he's coming from Keflavik to Gatwick as WW810. Next up, we've got an Emirates 777, and he's coming to Birmingham from Dubai as EK39. Next up, we've got this TUI 737 operating a charter flight to Rovaniemi from Luton as Tom2YX. Next up, we've got this Ethiopian A350, and he's landed at Heathrow from Addis Ababa as ET700. Next up, we've got a Qatar A380, and he's operating QR4 to Doha from Heathrow. Next up, we've got a British Airways A380. This one is GXLEF, and this one is operating BA286. Next up, we've got this Virgin Atlantic 747 in the Star Wars livery, in the Falcon livery, actually, and this is operating VS27 to Orlando. Next up, we've got this Ryanair 737 operating FR331 from Luton to Dublin. Next up, we've got this Wizz Air A320 operating W63004 from Luton to Bucharest. Next up, we've got a British Airways A380. This is GXLEL, and he's arrived into Heathrow from San Francisco as BA286, which is this aircraft and route that I flew back on as well. Next up, we've got this British Airways 747, and he's operating BA283 to Los Angeles. Next up, we've got this EasyJet A321neo, and he's arrived at Gatwick from Larnaca as U28970. Next up, we've got this EasyJet A320, and he has landed at Luton from Edinburgh as U218. Next up, we've got this EasyJet A319, and he is off to Zurich as U22047 from Luton. Next up, we've got this Ryanair Buzz 737 MAX 8, and he's off to Krakow as FR1813 from Luton. And finally, we've got this EasyJet A319, and he is off to Paris from Luton as U22435. So I hope you guys enjoyed this airport update. If you did, please comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.